Point Playhouse you've been in?
Oh, I'd have to say The Odd Couple.
It's a great cast. Now, did you play one of the sisters that came down to visit the poker players?
No, I was the sloppy, the slob.
So the female version.
Female version, and I was a slob. I know that's hard to believe.
That's the best role. It's the best role.
I know. I was, look at this. I can't believe I was a slob. And I've seen you without makeup on many a time in the dressing room.
That's a scary thought. Thank you for sharing that with the crowd tonight. Susan Voss, thanks again for coming out. We appreciate it. And we're going to have some fun out here in the winner's circle, along with some terrific races tonight here at Prairie Meadows. And before the next time I see you, I hope you have great wagering and good luck, everybody.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. At the gate for the first. Dynasty's third sign is in. High Flying Pilot. Goes Ebony's Eagle to the outside gate. Light Up the Cherry. Here's Dark Victories. Just waiting on 6 jets. They're all in line. Light Up the Cherry is fractious, and now so is Dark Victories. Both acting up in the gate, mostly Light Up the Cherry. We are going to have a slight delay. Horses being backed out, riders are off. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, Light Up the Cherry, is now a scratch from this race by order of the stewards. Scratch number 2, Light Up the Cherry. All wagers concerning number 2 are subject to refund. Windows remain open. Still time to make exchanges and wagers. Scratch 2, Light Up the Cherry. And ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Number 3, Dark Victories, also a late scratch from this race. Numbers 2 and 3 are both scratched from the opener. All wagers concerning numbers 2 and or 3 are subject to refund. Once again, horses have been backed out of the starting gate. Still time to make exchanges and wagers. Late scratches of number 2, Light Up the Cherry, and number 3, Dark Victories, from this race. And ladies and gentlemen, with the scratch down to a 4-horse field, there will be no superfecta wagering now in this race. All superfecta wagers will be refunded for the first race. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition, show wagering has been removed from the opener. All show wagers will be refunded from the first race down to a 4-horse field. So no superfecta, no show wagering in the first. If you made any superfecta or show wagers already, they are subject to refund. Horses now back at the gate starting to reload for the first, and they're off. And a good start there for High Flying Pilot, one from the outside, Dynasty's Third Sign, and between them, Six Jets is trying to run on through. These three going to dispute it as they come to late stretch. Dynasty's Third Sign, the inside, Six Jets, the outside, Dynasty's Third Sign. Holding off Six Jets, High Flying Pilot was third, and Ebony's Eagle. Results unofficial. The winner one, Dynasty's Third Sign. Second, 4, Six Jets. Third, 5, High Flying Pilot. Fourth, 6, Ebony's Eagle. Returning toward the winner's circle, one, Dynasty's Third Sign. A 2-year-old bay filly by FDD Dynasty at a third, Painted Sign. She's owned by Thomas Shekel, winning trainer Fernando Ivan Manriquez, and the winning rider Christian Escada. Dynasty's Third Sign was bred in Oklahoma by Darling Farms. Running time 17.445 seconds. Results are official. The Exacta paid $13.80, Quinella $7, Trifecta $8.60. Once again, all Superfecta and show wagers will be refunded for race 1. Up next, today's second race. No scratches or rider changes, 20 minutes to post.
Second race coming up in 14 minutes. 14 minutes until post time. A field of 6, quarter horse race at 330 yards. You can see some of the horses. They make their way into the paddock here for the second race. This is a starter optional claimer for $20,000. So the starter allowance portion of it, if you've started for a claiming price of $15,000 in the last couple of years, you're eligible. Or if you haven't, you can enter this race as a $20,000 claimer. And the 1, the 4, and the 6 have entered via that route. There's the favorite. That's the 4 horse, one of the $20,000 claimers. Alex Wessel's trains Talk About Me Later. Talk About Me Later, an Iowa bred, running here in open company. Talk About Me Later must be a little bit cantankerous, if you will. They're saddling him away from the rest of the field in the race. He's out of his stall, saddling him, giving him plenty of room as he gets saddled here for the safety of both humans and the horses, and himself included. The 4 horse, Talk About Me Later. Christian Escada has the mount on number 4. Odds on right now at 3-5. Last time against $20,000 claimers finished second, beaten by a head. The horse in good form. Christian Escada takes over as Ramirez ends up on the 2 horse, PYC Fury. And there's the 1 on the left-hand side of your screen. That's Gal with Authority. Tom Tarwater owns and trains. Another that's in for the price tag here today, Armando Elvidrez, has the call on this one. This horse has been around this level, $15,000 last time, $20,000 claimers the time before that. Finished third in both of those races, but those were last year, so that'll be the first start coming up in 2026 for the 1, Gal with Authority. Got a string of workouts starting June the 15th and then June the 20th, and we'll see if she's ready to roll here. Gal with Authority. Armando Elvidrez has the mount on the 1. The 1's getting played 4-1. And there's the 2. That's PYC Fury. Angel Ramirez, who's been aboard Talk About Me Later, the 4-5 favorite on the board, is on the 2. Not sure what's behind that, but that's where he winds up. Tyler Stein trains the 2. PYC Fury. This horse likes to win. He's won 9 of 23 lifetime starts, so he doesn't get much better than that. 9-time winner, and only 23 times she's been in the starting gate. She's 4-1. Second race in 11 minutes. 11 minutes until post time. The 4 horse, Talk About Me Later, remains the now 4-5 favorite. Odds on for the 4, Talk About Me Later. Alex Wessel's Christian Escada, the trainer-jockey tandem here. 11 minutes until post. Good luck.
Horses for the second race are coming onto the track. This race, quarter horses, 330 yards, no scratches or rider changes. Here's the field for race 2. 1, Gal with Authority, Armando Alvidrez. 2, PYC Fury, Angel Ramirez. 3, I'm Jessa Diva, Cody Kellenberger. 4, Talk About Me Later, Christian Esqueda. 5, La India de Capo, Fernando Fonseca Soto. And 6, Shoney Wagon, Giovanni Estrada. 6 minutes to post.
Quarter horses are on the track for our second race. 5 minutes until post time, 330 yards. There's daily double wagering on the final 2 quarter horse races of the day as we move to thoroughbreds beginning in race number 4. But for now, we've got a nice starter, optional claimer here with a field of 6 set to compete and an even money favorite. We'll get to that one in a second. Let's start with number 1, Gal with Authority. Last couple of races, both third place finishes, but those were 2025 races. This will be the first start of 26 for the now 5-year-old mare. Tom Tarwater owns and trains the horse you're looking at with the red cap. Armando Alvidrez has the call on Gal with Authority, trying to win off the bench. First start of the year for the 1. She is now 8-1. There's the 2. That's the second choice at 2-1, PYC Fury. Angel Ramirez, who always rides this horse, is back aboard here again today for trainer Tyler Stein, a proven winner. How about that 7-race winning streak going back to last year? August 24th, got the job done here, then continued to win here, went to Oklahoma, stacked them up at Remington Park at Will Rogers Downs, and returns to Prairie Meadows to try and start another one. 4 starts here, 3 wins. Loves to win. PYC Fury, 3-1. In the blue camp, that's number 3, I'm a Jessa Diva. Robert Johnson trains. Cody Kellenberger, the mount on this one. Gets a little bit of class relief here off a 6th place finish. Started slowly and, of course, lost all chance once that happens in a quarter horse race. Cody Kellenberger, the jockey, still looking for his first win of the 2026 quarter horse season. He will partner the 3-year-old filly. I'm a Jessa Diva, 7-1 on the board. And there's the favorite. That's Talk About Me Later. We're going to do it right now. Talk About Me Later. Last couple of starts, 1-2 outs ago for allowance optional claimer. No winners, the 3 scored there. He was in under the allowance condition. Came back against $20,000 claimers and just missed at odds of 9-5. Glad we got the 6 horse in the screen. That's the gray horse at the back there in the black cap, Shoney Wagon. There's Shoney Wagon. Giovanna Estrada has the mount on the 6 Shoney Wagon. This horse has finished 3rd in the last 2 starts. Finished 3rd beaten a length to number 4, Talk About Me Later, back on the 22nd of June. Faced that one again. Talk About Me Later was 2nd. Shoney Wagon was right there and is now getting bet accordingly as the price has been dropping on the 6 Shoney Wagon, now 4-1. Race 2, 2 minutes away. 2 minutes until post time, 330 yards. Good luck in the second.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. At the gate for race 2, Gal with Authority goes in. Here's PYC Fury. I'm Jessa Diva. Talk About Me Later. La India de Capo. Waiting on Shoney Wagon. Shoney Wagon going to be loaded without the rider. She's in. Giovanni Estrada to climb aboard inside the gate. Just about set. Shoney Wagon is getting restless now. Settles down. Rider was off, and now Shoney Wagon's backing out. And ladies and gentlemen, number 6, Shoney Wagon, is a late scratch from this race by order of the stewards. Scratch 6, Shoney Wagon. There will be a consolation double, races 1 and 2, numbers 1 and 6. If you have number 6, Shoney Wagon, as the second leg of a pick 3 wager. You'll get the off-time favorite in her place. All other wagers concerning number 6 are subject to refund. Other runners are being backed out of the starting gate. Windows remain open. Still time to make exchanges and wagers. Scratch 6, Shoney Wagon. Reloading for race 2. Just waiting on La India de Capo. They're all in line. And they're off. Good even start. I'm Jessa Diva, and mid-pack is the one who's heading out for the early lead. Talk About Me Later's trying to move up on the outside. Then PYC Fury down along the fence, Gal with Authority. Here comes Talk About Me Later outside. I'm Jessa Diva. These two right together on the line. Either Talk About Me Later or I'm Jessa Diva. Photo finish. Photo shows the winner 4, Talk About Me Later. Second 3, I'm Jessa Diva. Third 1, Gal with Authority. Fourth 2, PYC Fury. Returning toward the winner's circle 4, Talk About Me Later. A 4-year-old bay gelding by Lil Cool Wagon out of Fly Around Chueca. He's owned by Paul Tonderum. Winning trainer is Alex Wessels. Winning rider Christian Escada. Talk About Me Later was bred in Iowa by Matt and Wendy Wood. Running time 17.215 seconds. The results are official. Exacta $20.20, Quinella $11.20, the Try $23.85, Dime Super $10.55. Double paid $16, and the consolation double were $6.80. Up next, today's third race, no scratches or rider changes, 20 minutes to post.
All right, race number 3, 13 minutes away from race number 3, the final quarter horse race of the day. A field of 7 participating. It's an Iowa bred race for non-winners of 2 races lifetime. 330 yards is the distance of this race. That's the 4 horse just arriving 8-1 in the morning line, but 8-5 on the board as I Be Moonin' You comes off a win for trainer Manuel Campos. Alfredo Triana Jr. takes the call on this one. I Be Moonin' You broke his maiden, which race faces winners for the first time in this quarter horse allowance race for non-winners of 2. And he's the favorite again. Very impressive last time out. Tries to come back. He's 9-5 on the board, and the current favorite as he tries to make it 2 in a row. 7 horse is Jeffrey's Gold Wagon. Jeffrey's Gold Wagon has been running in open company for the last couple of starts here at Prairie Meadows, and in those 2 open races, this Iowa bred finished second. Second beaten in next, second beaten ahead. Angel Ramirez has been aboard this 4-year-old gelding in both of his Prairie Meadows starts. He's back in the saddle again tonight for trainer Tony Jones, clearly knocking on the door. 2 Prairie Meadows starts, 2 Prairie Meadows second place finishes. Number 7, Jeffrey's Gold Wagon at odds of 5-2. And there's the 3, Fly Like an Eagle. Fly Like an Eagle. Luis Ramirez is up. Fly Like an Eagle. 1 Prairie Meadows start this year, 1 start overall this year. It was an uneventful 7th place finish, never menaced, doesn't show a trouble line in the Equibase chart callers' comments. So we shall see. Fly Like an Eagle, Manuel Campos, Luis Ramirez, 7th place finish last time out against a similar group of horses that he's going to face here today. He is 5-1. Third race in 11 minutes until post time. Good luck.
Horses for the third race are coming onto the track. This race, quarter horses, 330 yards, no scratches or rider changes. Here's the field for race 3. 1, Taking It to Go, Giovanni Estrada. 2, She's a Favorite Cowgirl, Christian Escada. 3, TS Fly Like an Eagle, Luis Ramirez. 4, I Be Moonin' You, Alfredo Triana Jr. 5, SFS Shooting Cowgirl, Moro Rodriguez. 6, Ought to Be Believin', Miguel Ramirez. And 7, Jeffrey's Gold Wagon, Angel Ramirez. 5 minutes to post.
Fields on the track for race number 3, 5 minutes until post time. Our final quarter horse race of the day, a field of 7. It's an allowance race for non-winners of 2 races lifetime. 330 yards is the distance of our third race. Leading the post parade is Taking It to Go. Giovanni Estrada has the mount on Taking It to Go. Was the 3-5 choice last time out. Raced evenly, but didn't get there, didn't go quick enough to get the win. Out to make amends here today and is the favorite once again, at least at this point, with 4 minutes to post. He's 3-2 on the board. Exact same conditions as that last race. In fact, the distance is identical as well. Taking It to Go, Giovanni Estrada, 8-5. The 2 is right behind him. That's She's a Favorite Cowgirl. She's a Favorite Cowgirl. Christian Escada shows up here. The 2 horse for trainer Tony Jones at this level. Last couple of starts, 2 starts ago, very encouraging. Second beaten by a half a length, was well backed in the start after that, but disappointed at odds of 5-2. Raced evenly in an 8-horse field. Don't see an excuse in the Equibase line. She's a Favorite Cowgirl, tries to bounce back a little bit here. She's 5-1 on the board. She's a Favorite Cowgirl with the leading quarter horse jockey Christian Escada. 4 horse, I Be Moonin' You, second choice on the board. 5-2, Alfredo Triana Jr. takes over the mount. On I Be Moonin' You is Estrada, who is aboard for the win. Last time out, decides to stick with number 1, Taking It to Go. So I Be Moonin' You acquires the services of Alfredo Triana Jr. This horse trying winners for the first time. Tries to come right back. Went wire to wire at even money last time out. I Be Moonin' You looking for a racing double. 5-2 on the board. And the 7, Jeffrey's Gold Wagon. Jeffrey's Gold Wagon has been trying Open Company in his last 2 starts. He's back in with strictly Iowa breds today. His last 2 races Very, very positive. Second in both of those, there was only 2 Prairie Meadows starts. The Iowa bred took him a while to get back to his home state, but he's here now, and he will be facing Iowa breds for the first time. Jeffrey's Gold Wagon. Tony Jones trains 2 starts in open company, 2 second-place finishes. Race 3, 2 minutes away, 2 minutes to post. Good luck.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. Moving in for race 3. Taking it to go, going to the inside gate. IB Moon and You is in. She's a favorite cowgirl with SFS Shooting Cowgirl. TS Fly Like an Eagle. Here's Jeffrey's Gold Wagon. Waiting on Ought to Be Believin'. They're all in line. And they're off. And it was a good start for SFS Shooting Cowgirl. Ought to Be Believin' just outside of that one. And here comes Taking It to Go fast down along the fence. Taking It to Go far outside Jeffrey's Gold Wagon. Jeffrey's Gold Wagon taking it to go. These two down to the line. Jeffrey's Gold Wagon or Taking It to Go. Photo finish. Photo shows the winner 7, Jeffrey's Gold Wagon. Second 1, Taking It to Go. Third 2, She's a Favorite Cowgirl. Fourth 4, IB Moon and You. Results are official. Exacta $27, Quinella $7.40, Trifecta $13.65, Dime Super $7.46, Double paid $16.20, the Pick 3 $18.85. Returning to the winner's circle, 7, Jeffrey's Gold Wagon, 4-year-old bay gelding by Gold Heart Eagle, out of Jeffrey's Question, is owned by Bad Boys Racing. Winning trainer Tony Dean Jones, the winning rider Angel Ramirez. Jeffrey's Gold Wagon was bred here in Iowa by Shelby Hayden, Philip Kowalski. Running time 17.019 seconds. Up next, today's 4th race. No program changes. This race begins the early Pick 4, 20 minutes to post.
Race 4 coming up onto the thoroughbred portion of the program. We kick things off with a 5-furlong affair for $5,000 claimers who haven't won a race in the last 4 months. The claiming price is $5,000. If you're an Iowa bred, which the 2, 6, and 7 are, the claiming price would be $10,000. The current favorite on the board right now in this 5-furlong race is number 3, Hasty Flyer. Skylar Condon trains the 3-horse. There's Hasty Flyer. Elvin Gonzalez has the mount on Hasty Flyer 2 starts ago against $10,000 non-winners of 3 lifetime. The horse finished a nice third with Gonzalez. Tried a similar group of horses last time out, showed speed, but faded to finish in 7th. Cuts back in distance even further today. 5 furlongs is the distance, which should be right in his wheelhouse. Hasty Flyer, Elvin Gonzalez, 2-1 on the board. The 4 horses, Allo Henry. Allo Henry was 8-5 in the morning line, now sits at 4-1 on the board. Allo Henry loves Prairie Meadows, 17 starts, and 11 of those finished in the top 3, including 4 wins. Gets well backed at the windows. His 4 Prairie Meadows starts this year. The highest odds he's been is 7-2, 6,250 claimers, 7,500 claimers. 5,000. This is his level, no doubt. Jan Arnett trains Allo Henry. Alfredo Triana has the mount on the 4 at 4-1. And the 5, Mr. Negativity. Kelly Martinez, the meet's leading trainer, saddles Mr. Negativity. Ken Tohill has the call on Mr. Negativity. This last time out at this level, finished 3rd in a 7-horse field. So hitting the board, Mr. Negativity. Ken Tohill returns. 3-1 on the board for the 5-horse Mr. Negativity with 10 minutes until post. The 4th race, onto the thoroughbred portion of the program we go to. Race 4 coming up in 10 minutes. A field of 7 at 5 furlongs. Pick 3 here, pick 4 here. 50-cent minimum on both of those wagering opportunities. Good luck.
Horses for the fourth race are coming onto the track. This race at 5 furlongs, no program changes. This race begins the early pick 4. Here's the field for the fourth. 1 Broadway Appeal, Ramon Vasquez. 2 Uncle Sing, Alberto Pusac. 3 Hasty Flyer, Elvin Gonzalez. 4 Aloe Henry, Alfredo Triana Jr. 5 Mr. Negativity, Ken Tohill. 6 Swamp Drainer, Baron Span. And 7 Say It Nicely, Alex Berzer. 5 minutes to post.
Horses on the track for the fourth race, only 4 minutes until post time. Middle of your screen, blue cap, number 3, Hasty Flyer. Elvin Gonzalez aboard Hasty Flyer. Shows speed in most of his races. Cuts back in distance today. 5 furlongs. It's been a while since he's gone that short. It's been back in April when he ran a half a mile at Fauner Park over in Grand Island. But Hasty Flyer at 5 furlongs against $5,000 claimers. Currently the co-favorite on the board at 3-1. With the horse in the yellow cap on the right-hand side of your screen, Aloe Henry. Aloe Henry, Alfredo Triana Jr. has the mount on this consistent 7-year-old. Aloe Henry loves Prairie Meadows. He's made 17 starts here. 11 of those races he's finished in the top 3, with 4 of them winding up in the winner's circle. Aloe Henry has been training 62, 50, 75, around this level in all 4 of his starts. So this is where he fits, and he's been knocking on the door since he's been back to Prairie Meadows. 4 races this year. He has 2 seconds and 2 third-place finishes for the consistent Aloe Henry. And the 7 horse in the middle of your screen, now the lone horse in your screen, Say It Nicely. Lynn Kleberan owns and trains. Alex Berzer takes over the riding assignment as this Iowa bred drops down looking to score. This last time out was an open company. In fact, it's been an open company in all of the races for him here this year. He's won 9 races in his lifetime at Prairie Meadows. He's won 9 races overall. All of them have come here. Say It Nicely, now 9 years old. Alex Berzer, and now one of 3 horses, along with the 3 and the 4, who are 3-1. Good luck.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. At the gate for the 4th. Broadway Appeal goes in. Here's Aloe Henry. Uncle Sing with Mr. Negativity. Hasty Flyer. Swamp Drainer. Waiting on Say It Nicely. They're all in line. And they're off. Say It Nicely outside, Broadway Appeal inside. These are the two quickest, with Broadway Appeal now taking over the lead. Hasty Flyer's going to move into the second spot and press from the outside. Say It Nicely's third. He's going to be caught 3 wide into the turn. He's already about 4 lengths off the lead. He's got Uncle Sing down to his inside, and also between those two is Aloe Henry as they make their way 3 furlongs from the money. Mr. Negativity is in the 4 path right now and about 9 lengths off the pace. No speed from Swamp Drainer. He can see them all as they approach the final quarter mile, and Hasty Flyer has taken charge for Elvin Gonzalez coming to the top of the stretch. It's Hasty Flyer in front as they make the swing in. Broadway Appeals in the second spot, but not gaining ground at this point. Then Say It Nicely, Uncle Sing, Mr. Negativity down the outside. They're all chasing Hasty Flyer and doing so in vain. Nobody's gaining any ground on Hasty Flyer, even money, and he looked like it. Hasty Flyer wins it. Mr. Negativity up for the place, just nabbing Broadway Appeal and Say It Nicely. Results unofficial. The winner 3, Hasty Flyer. Second 5, Mr. Negativity. Third 1, Broadway Appeal. Fourth 7, Say It Nicely. Results are official. The exacta paid $20.20, Quinella $12.20, Trifecta $88.90, Dime Super $42.27. Returning to the winner's circle, 3, Hasty Flyer. 4-year-old bay gelding by Gun Runner out of Speed on Tap. He's owned by Mitch Jensen and Nora Jensen. Winning trainer is Skylar Condon. The winning rider, Elvin Gonzalez. Hasty Flyer was bred in Kentucky by Winchell Thoroughbreds. Running time 58 seconds flat. Up next, today's 5th race. No program changes. Race 5 begins the pick 5 tonight. There's a carryover of $21,447 in the jackpot pool. 21 minutes to post. Ladies and gentlemen, the bell you just heard ringing means the connections of number 3 Hasty Flyer have donated a minimum of $50 to Hope After Racing Thoroughbreds. It's the organization dedicated to helping Prairie Meadows racehorses find forever homes and second careers after their racing careers are over. Our thanks to the connections of Hasty Flyer for bringing awareness to thoroughbred aftercare.
On to race number 5 we go. This race begins at the Jackpot Pick 5. This is a unique ticket concept, meaning to win this jackpot, you not only have to pick 5 straight winners, but you have to be the only one that does so. And if you are, you'll scoop the whole pool. That is the Jackpot Pick 5, the premise behind it. A field of 7 fillies and mares who are non-winners of 2 races are slated to run 1 mile and 70 yards. For those newbies here at Prairie Meadows, or if you've been back and perhaps you didn't have your camera, you missed the opportunity last time. As you can see, the starting gate will be set up for the most part right in front of the circle. Grab a spot nearest to the fence, as close as you can to the track. Open up those cameras and capture the start of a thoroughbred race up close. The horse you're looking at, number 7, Dixie Surprise, trained by Brandy Fett. Brandy there in the middle of your screen in the blue shirt. Dixie Surprise will have Glenn Corbett aboard. This horse against $20,000 company. Last couple of starts, 2 starts ago was Open Company. Last time against Iowa Breds, finished second. So Dixie Surprise, the 4-year-old filly's knocking on the door. She drops down in price for today's race. She is co-favorite on the board right now at odds of 3-1 as she looks to win for the first time in 2026. Dixie Surprise and Glenn Corbett. That's the 4-horse R&B Baby. There's R&B Baby emerging from the crowd. Skylar Condon trains 2 starts ago against $20,000 company. Finished behind Dixie Surprise. Dixie Surprise was second. R&B Baby was the 3rd place finisher. This horse's last 3 starts, all of them coming here. All of them 3rd place finishes. So as part of the trifecta, consistent on the board, if nothing else, R&B Baby takes a drop down the claiming ladder. Israel Hernandez back in the irons again here today for Skylar Condon. Number 4, R&B Baby. And the one she's fascinating. She's fascinating was, for the most part, last year in New York. Belmont at Aqueduct, and made it to St. Louis, Fairmount Park there. A couple of allowance optional claimers. In for a $7,500 price tag today. So some class relief for the one she's fascinating. She's 4-1 on the board. Orlando Mojica takes over the riding assignment. This race begins at the Jackpot Pick 5. The carryover is $21,447. Jockeys are making their way out to the walking ring. Horses will follow momentarily, and onto the track they will go for race number 5. Good luck in the 5th.
Horses for the 5th race are coming onto the track. This race at 1.70 miles, no program changes. This race begins the pick 5. There's a carryover of $21,447 in the jackpot pool. Here's the field for race 5. 1, She's Fascinating, Orlando Mojica. 2, Born Fearless, Ken Tohill. 3, Interconnect, Alex Berzer. 4, RNB Baby, Israel Hernandez. 5, Mimosa for Lunch, Christian Alvarado. 6, Lily of Prince, Ronnie Huckabee. And 7, Dixie Surprise, Glenn Corbett. 7 minutes to post.
Fillies and mares are on the track for the 5th race, 1.70 miles, and all winners of 2 races. Lifetime jackpot pick 5 starts here. Carryover $21,447. Coming right at us, that's the 1, She's Fascinating. She's Fascinating arrives via New York. Well, from New York via Fairmount Park in St. Louis, where she's been most recently campaigning. Orlando Mojica has the call, and this horse gets a significant class drop here today. Draws the inside post. She's Fascinating. She's Fascinating. Orlando Mojica. Start number 1 at Prairie Meadows for the Daughter of Mineshaft. Number 1, She's Fascinating. There's the 2. That's Born Fearless for trainer Dave McShane. One of a couple of Iowa breds taking place in this race. More than a couple. Half the field's Iowa breds. Born Fearless being one of them. Ken Tohill has them out. This filly broke her maiden in her most recent start. Turned for home, 2 lengths in front. Ultimately ended up 2.5 lengths in front at the wire. Born Fearless trying winners for the first time. Tohill and McShane teaming up again. They teamed up over the years to win a pile of races. Born Fearless 9-2. That's the 7-horse Dixie Surprise. Brandy Fett trains Dixie Surprise. Glenn Corbett has the call on this Iowa bred. Also is getting some class relief here today. Dixie Surprise, the runner-up in her last 2 races, appears to be knocking on the door. Perhaps today's the day. She's 3-1 to break through that door. Now 7-2 as we just saw the odds click. 7-2 Coast second choices on the board. Number 7, Dixie Surprise. And the 5, Mimosa for Lunch. Bonnie Berzer trains apprentice jockey Christian Alvarado, who's been aboard this filly in her 3 Prairie Meadows races this year. She's hit the board, albeit at the bottom of the board in all 3 of those races. A couple of 4th and a 3rd place finish. She's in for the Iowa bred claiming price of $20,000 today. So essentially the same group, but open company. 1.70 miles as she stretches out in distance. Mimosa for Lunch Race 5, 4 minutes away. 4 minutes until post time. Jackpot pick 5, unique ticket concept. For you to win, you have to hit 5 in a row and be the only one that does so, and you'll scoop the whole pot. Good luck in race 5.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. At the gate for race 5. She's fascinating, the first one in. RNB Baby. Born Fearless. Interconnect, Mimosa for Lunch, Lily of Prince, waiting for Dixie's Surprise. They're all in line. And they're off. And a good start for Born Fearless. One off the fence. Lily of Prince showing speed as well. These two side by side as they go to the first turn. They're followed by She's Fascinating, who hugs the rail in third as they make their way into the turn. Then we go to Interconnect. She's inside a Mimosa for Lunch, and Dixie Surprise caught in about the 4 path as she makes her way around the turn. No speed from R&B Baby. She'll have to pass them all and is already about 7 lengths behind. They make their way to the backstretch run, and the leader is Born Fearless. Born Fearless and Ken Tohill showing the way, and they're cleared by about 1.5 lengths. Lily of Prince runs second. She's Fascinating, getting closer in third, and now looking for a seam one off the fence to come after the leader. They're followed now by Dixie Surprise, who's made her way up into the 4th spot and only 3.5 lengths behind the front runners. Then we come to R&B Baby. She's making ground from the back of the pack, just went right on by Interconnect. And Mimosa for Lunch is wide and last as the fillies and mares head into the far turn. Born Fearless, just the leader. She's Fascinating, looks poised and ready to attack on the outside. And these two are clear of the others as they make their way around the far turn. Dixie Surprise is under a shove in third. She's got 3 lengths to make up, then R&B Baby. And let's see, Mimosa for Lunch is trying to advance from the back of the pack, but she's still a long way behind, and they're at the top of the stretch, and here She's Fascinating just to the outside of Born Fearless. They brushed at the top of the stretch, and She's Fascinating comes away with the lead. She's Fascinating, Born Fearless trying to dig down and fight back along the inside. Dixie Surprise is third, then R&B Baby 16th out. She's Fascinating, just the leader. Here comes R&B Baby diving at the wire, and she maybe just missed. She's Fascinating inside of R&B Baby, heads bobbing on the line. Photo finish. Photo shows the winner 1, She's Fascinating. Second 4, R&B Baby. Third 2, Born Fearless. Fourth 7, Dixie Surprise. Returning toward the winner's circle 1, She's Fascinating. 4-year-old chestnut filly by Mineshaft out of Charmier. She's owned by Austin Tinsley, Bobby Tinsley, and Todd Tinsley. Winning trainer is Arthur Kuntz. The winning rider, Orlando Mojica. She's Fascinating was bred in Kentucky by Ralph Ebert. Results are official. Exacta $17.60, Quinella $12.20, Trifecta $30.80, Dime Super $11.17, Double paid $23.60. Up next, today's 6th race, start of the late pick 4, scratch numbers 3 and 4. 21 minutes to post. Ladies and gentlemen, running time for the fifth race, 1 minute 45.75 seconds hand timed.
They're in the paddock rather for the sixth race, 13 minutes until post time. These are Iowa bred 2-year-olds. 5 furlongs is the distance of this race. We're going to scratch number 3, Spaniard Eclipse, and the 4, Iowegian, and there's the 6. No Mo Money, No Mo Money. One start, finished second. Ronnie Huckabee was aboard that day. He chooses the 7 horse in here. We will see. Travis Swan trains No More Money. Murphy trained a Saddle to Winner yesterday. No More Money, very encouraging debut, showed speed before giving way. The winner got away from No More Money that race, but a very encouraging debut to say the very least. No More Money, even money on the board with 12 minutes until post time. There's the 7. That's Honest to Pete. Honest to Pete. Lynn Kleberad trains Honest to Pete. 2 starts. Ronnie Huckabee was aboard in both of them. Showed speed in the debut at 5 furlongs before giving way late to finish in 3rd. AP Score beat him that day, and then he came back against the very impressive Dak, who's entered in a $100,000 race 1 week from tonight. So he's faced a couple of really nice 2-year-olds so far in his career. Honest to Pete, Huckabee stays aboard 9-5 in the second choice for the 7. And the 8-horse Drinking with the Irish for trainer Dave McShane. Drinking with the Irish, couple of starts, couple of 5th place finishes. Beaten identical in both of them, 13 3/4 lengths. Drinking with the Irish. Outside post position, Ken Tohill aboard for Dave McShane, on the board at 8-1. Final pick 4 opportunity of the day starts right here. There go the jockeys out to the walking ring, so they'll be joined by the horses momentarily, and off to the track they will go. We're scratching the 3. We are scratching the 4. The 6th race, a 5 furlong affair for Iowa bred 2-year-olds in 11 minutes. Good luck.
Horses for the 6th race are coming onto the track. This race at 5 furlongs, scratch numbers 3 and 4. This race begins the late pick 4. Here's the field for race 6. 1 out in the middle, Ramon Vasquez. 2, Jertango, Alex Berzer. 5, Perfect Almost, Israel Hernandez. 6, No Mo Money, Alfredo Triana Jr. 7, Honest to Pete, Ronnie Huckabee. And 8, Drinkin' with the Irish, Ken Tohill. 6 minutes to post.
Horses are on the track for the 6th race. This is an Iowa-bred maiden affair for 2-year-olds. Let's get Bobby Newman, our track announcer, give me a couple of minutes. Bobby, just real quick on the 6th race, let me ask you, Bobby, as a guy who likes to play horses, or at one point in your life, how important was it to you to, when the tote board, when you erased the previous race and up come the odds for the next race, were you an early tote board watcher, especially when it had a whole bunch of first-time starters?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Obviously looking at who the trainers are, what the workouts are, who's riding the horses. A lot of handicapping goes into it. I mean, a lot of handicapping goes into every race, but it's even tougher when you don't have past performances you can look at.
Let's move to the 8th race, Bobby. It's the feature race of the night, the 28th running of the Cyclones. We're going to scratch number 3, Kind Soul. Number 3, Kind Soul. Yesterday we saw Kanojo had be frustrating for the connections of last year's champion 3-year-old filly who got the job done. I'm guessing there's a little frustration with Jack's Time, the champion 3-year-old colt, as this will only be his second start of the year. But such a promising colt. 4 to 5 in the morning line, number 2, Jack's Time.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it that he's the best horse in the race if he runs one of his good races. He's been mostly a sprinter in his career, but he has won around 2 turns and done it very impressively in the past. He's a horse that has a lot of early speed. He doesn't have to have the lead to run well. We'll see what kind of trip he gets with number 4, Special Sort of Storm, drawn just to his outside. That horse looks like he really wants to get the lead. Be interesting to see if Jack's Time tries to take it from him early or lets him go in the early going and stalks him in the early pace.
One more, Bobby. Omero, a 3-year-old, the only 3-year-old in the race, going 2 turns for the first time. He won a classic race last year. He won the Cradle. I'm guessing, obviously, at some point you're going to have to test him at a distance. That's Omero. He's been promising so far in his career. Your thoughts on the one, Bobby?
Omero's a really nice horse. He kind of looks like he's just not quite in the same league speed figure wise with horses like Jack's Time yet. I don't see a race in Omero's past performances that could compete with Jack's Time if Jack's Time runs one of his good races.
Thank you, Bobby. Let you get back to memorizing the field for race number 6. And race number 6 is 4 minutes away, only 4 minutes until post time. The favorite at even money right now is the 6, No Mo Money. Very encouraging debut. Showed speed before tiring a little bit. Still managed to hold on to second. Ronnie Huckabee rode that day. Huckabee stays with the 7, Honest to Pete, for trainer Lynn Kleberad. Race number 6 coming up in 3 minutes. This is your final pick 4 opportunity on the night for those of you who like to play pick 4s. That's a good look at the 6-horse. Boy, looks good. No More Money got a bone in his neck as he goes through the warm-up for race number 6. It's less than 3 minutes away. Good luck in race 6. Scratch the 3 and the 4.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. At the gate for race 6. Honest to Pete, the first one in. Here's Out in the Middle. Jertango. Perfect Almost. No Mo Money. The rider is off No Mo Money as they try to get him into the gate. Goes in. Alfredo Triana Jr. to climb back aboard. Waiting for Drink with the Irish. Drinking with the Irish coming up to the outside gate. They're all in line. And they're off. And No Mo Money flew from the outside gate. They're Drinking with the Irish bolted to the outside fence, almost hit the outside fence, and is about 25 lengths behind. No Mo Money right to the front, though, and leads him to the far turn. Jertango is showing speed and coming after him in his debut. They're followed right now by Honest to Pete, who's third at this point, about to be passed by a Perfect Almost, who moves into the third spot and less than 2.5 off the lead. Out in the middle is fifth, and this first five are very well bunched as they make their way around the turn and come toward the top of the stretch. No Mo Money joined by Jertango. Out in the middle looks dangerous. He's just in behind those leaders and looking for a seam. Now going to tip out into the 3-path, and here comes Out in the middle for Ramon Vasquez, trying to chase down Jertango. Jertango in front, Out in the middle, trying to get him late. It's Jertango leading to the wire. Jertango won it. Out in the middle, second best, then maybe Perfect Almost, and Honest to Pete. Results unofficial. The winner 2, Jertango. Second 1, Out in the Middle. Third 5, Perfect Almost. Fourth 7, Honest to Pete. Returning toward the winner's circle, 2, Jertango. 2-year-old bay gelding by Outwork out of Jersey Tango. He's owned by Spooky Business Stable. Winning trainer is Bonnie Berzer. The winning rider, Alex Berzer. Jertango was bred in Iowa by Pam Davis. Running time 58-2. The results are official. Exacta 136.80, Quinella 58.40, Trifecta $119.05, Dime Super $109 and a penny. The double $44, the pick 3 $41.95. Up next, today's 7th race. No changes. 21 minutes to post.
Race number 7, horses are in the paddock for the 7th race. Final pick 3 opportunity of the day. We are down to 3 races on the card. This race is a starter allowance. To be eligible, you had to have started for a claiming price of $5,000 or less within the last couple of years. A field of 7 lining up in here at the 6 furlong distance. There's the 2. That's the favorite. That's Spirit's Mischief for Skylar Condon. 2 starts ago at this level, prevailed in front-running fashion. Moved up for the last start to $7,500 starter allowance. Didn't matter. Went to the front, stayed in front. He's won 3 straight races. Going for 4 in a row, obviously, here, Spirit's Mischief. 5-2 on the board is Hernandez, who's been aboard him for all 3 of those wins, has the assignment again today. 4 horses, Master Game. Walter De La Cruz is Prairie Meadows' leading thoroughbred jockey. He will have the call for the leading thoroughbred trainer, Kelly Martinez. Master Game would appreciate a real speed battle shaping up in front of him, and by the looks of some of these horses that have entered there, he just could get it. And if he does, he'll be sitting toward the back of the pack licking his chops, because last time out he came from way back in the field at a big price, 30-1, against a real tough group and scored by 2 1/4 lengths. That was impressive. Going for his 5th win already in 2026, number 4, Master Game at 3-1. There's the 6, that's Quarter Rat, also trained by Kelly Martinez. By the way, she also has the 7-horse Indian Cat in here. Quarter Rat, the horse you're looking at, has tried starter company in his last 4 starts. A win, a 2nd, and 2 4th-place finishes. So he's been on the board in all of those with a win sandwiched in between them. Quarter Rat, Ramon Vasquez for the leading owners at the meet, the D&L Farms. Race number 7 in 13 minutes. 13 minutes until post time. Horses are in the paddock. This is your final pick 3 opportunity of the day, as we're down to only 3 races remaining on the card. 7th race, 12 minutes. Good luck.
Horses for the 7th race are coming onto the track. This race at 6 furlongs, no program changes. Here's the field for race 7. 1 Verb, Glenn Corbett. 2 Spirits Mischief, Israel Hernandez. 3 Bourbon Life, Ronnie Huckabee. 4 Master Game, Walter de la Cruz. 5 Ice Again, Alfredo Triana Jr. 6 Quarter Rat, Ramon Vasquez. And 7 Indian Cat, Orlando Mojica. 7 minutes to post.
Maybe they're trying to. Horses on the track for the 7th race, only 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes until post time. Now 4 minutes until the upcoming 7th race. Final pick 3 opportunity starts right here. The red cap, that's the 1 Verb. Verb arrives most recently from Columbus, Harrah's Columbus. as it's been named with a casino corporate moniker attached to it. I had a 2-race winning streak snapped last time out. Those 2 wins came over at Lincoln, went to Columbus, did not go well, ventures over to Prairie Meadows, tries to get back to his winning ways. This 9-year-old has won 10 of his 56 lifetime starts. Verb, Prairie Meadows Hall of Famer Glenn Corbett has the call. Horse on the right-hand side of your screen there in the yellow cap, that is the co-favorite, number 4, Master Game, one of 3 horses trained in this race by Kelly Martinez. Master Game, Walter Dela Cruz will be aboard. This horse came from way off the pace last time out to get up and pull clear to win by 2 1/4 lengths. Does show some versatility, but best racing seemingly comes from off the pace when there's a real speed battle that materializes in front of him. So if you've got Master Game and there's 3 or 4 horses battling for the lead and he's not one of them, don't fret. Master Game does his best racing when he's on, seemingly later on in the race. Number 4, Master Game, now the standalone 2-1 favorite with 3 minutes until post time. All right, less than 3 minutes until post. Final pick 3 opportunity coming up right here. 6 furlongs the distance of this starter allowance race. Less than 3 minutes to post. Good luck.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. At the gate for race 7. Verb goes in. Here's Master Game. Spirits Mischief. Ice Again. Bourbon Life. Quarter Rat. Waiting for Indian Cat. They're all in line. And they're off. Pretty even start. Spirits Mischief showing speed. Quarter Rat toward the outside. Here comes Verb shooting the gap down at the fence. And these three quickest up the backstretch run. They're followed by Master Game, who's fourth inside of Ice Again. Then Indian Cat and Bourbon Life can see them all. He's got about 9 lengths to make up as they approach the half-mile pole. Spirits Mischief outside, Verb inside, almost nothing between these two. As Quarter Rat is backed off in third, he's in a good stalking spot, only 2.5 lengths away, and clear as they make their way into the far turn. His stablemate Master Game is fourth with about 6 lengths to make up. Then Ice Again, Indian Cat, and Bourbon Life still the trailer as they move toward the final quarter mile. Spirits Mischief and Verb still 1-2. Spirits Mischief back in front. Verb's got to dig down and find more. He's trying to fight back down along the fence, and he's coming back now. Here comes Verb at Spirits Mischief, about to be joined by Quarter Rat. Quarter Rat's trying to close in on both Spirits Mischief and Verb as they approach the final 16th. Here comes Quarter Rat to the outside of Spirits Mischief. Indian Cat diving late on the inside. Indian Cat, quickest of them all to get up and get the win. Tighter for the minors between Quarter Rat and Spirits Mischief. Results unofficial. The winner 7, Indian Cat. Second 6, Quarter Rat. Third 2, Spirits Mischief. Fourth 4, Master Game. Returning toward the winner's circle, 7, Indian Cat. 4-year-old bay gelding by Tapiture out of Party Cat. He's owned by Carla Hans and Lopez Stable. Winning trainer is Kelly Martinez. The winning rider, Orlando Mojica. Indian Cat, bred in Kentucky by 10 Lane Farm. Running time 1:10-2. Results are official. Exacta 52.20, the Canella 29.60, trifecta $67.35. Double 131.60. The pick 3 66.40. Early pick 4 $192.65. The dime super $19.67. Up next, tonight's 8th and featured event, 28th running of the Cyclones Handicap. Scratch 3, Kind Soul. There's no show wagering in race 8 tonight. 21 minutes to post.
Down here in the paddock for the feature race of the night, the 28th running of the Cyclones Handicap. The Hawkeye last night, the Cyclone tonight. Equal time for our two in-state rivals. The 28th running of the Cyclone. This is for the Iowa-bred 3-year-old and upwards. Colts and geldings were scratching number 3. Kind Soul, number 3, Kind Soul has been scratched from this race. There's no show wagering. No show wagering on race number 8. A mile into 16th is the distance of the upcoming 8th race. And we've got ourselves an overwhelming favorite. Yesterday in the Hawkeyes, it was Cano Joe who tried to get back to her winning ways. She did. Today it'll be Jack's time. Not that he's left his winning ways, but we've only seen him one time this season. He won 5 of 6 races last year. He's won 7 of 10 races career-wise. He's 1 for 1 this year when he drew off to win convincingly in the John Wayne Stake, and did so really without being asked. Came to him at the quarter pole and he just rebroke again, and off he went. Jack's time, last year's champion 3-year-old Iowa bred, tries to make it 2 straight wins. Tote Board says 1-9 presently. He's been off since the 30th of May, but a nice string of workouts leading up to his return to the races, including 2 workouts back the 25th of July. 20 horses worked 4 furlongs, none quicker than Jack's time. Kelly Von Hemmel trains for Hall, Luch, Klein, and Jensen. There's the 4-horse, that Special Sort of Storm. Special Storm has special sort of speed. This horse in all likelihood will be one of the ones very prominent in the early going in this race. Special Sort of Storm last time out at 1 mile and 70 yards in a nice allowance race. Broke in front, went to the front, and stayed in front. A very game effort for Special Sort of Storm in his latest. The 4 horses on the board presently at the as the second choice. He's 8-1 with 12 minutes until post time. And the 1 is Omero. This is an interesting story. This horse won last year's classic race for 2-year-old Colts and geldings on the final night of the season, and did so at odds of 39-1. He's a 3-year-old. He's facing older horses today. He has before, 2 starts back against in an allowance race, finished in 4th. He's also trying 2 turns for the first time. Omero, a really nice colt, but he's trying older horses and trying a distance of ground. We'll see how he does. Omero, a classic winner from 2025. 8th race is coming up now, 11 minutes until post time. The overwhelming favorite remains the 2 Jack's time. Kelly Von Hemmel trains. He's a Hall of Famer. Glenn Corbett will ride. He's a Prairie Meadows Hall of Famer. 11 minutes until post time. The 28th running of the Cyclone Handicap is next. Good luck.
Dan Hartzer brings them onto the track for tonight's 8th and featured event, the $75,000 guaranteed Cyclones Handicap. This race at 1 1/16 miles, scratch 3, Kind Soul. No show wagering in this race. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the field for the 28th running of the Cyclones Handicap. Number 1 is Omero. He's owned by Poindexter Thoroughbreds and trained by Kevin Eichelberry. The rider is Elvin Gonzalez. 2, Jack's Time is owned by Brian Hall, Jason Luch, Justin Luch, Jason Klein, and Nick Jensen. Trainer is Kelly Von Hemel. The rider, Glenn Corbett. 4, Special Sort of Storm is owned by Jim Jorgensen, trained by Logan Ashford with jockey Alfredo Triana Jr. 5, Tee Off Time goes for Albaugh Family Stables and trainer Kelly Von Hemel, jockey Walter Dela Cruz. And 6, Baxter is owned by Charles Nielsen, trained by Jan Arnett with jockey Ramon Vasquez. That's the field for the $75,000 guaranteed Cyclones Handicap. 5 minutes to post.
The horses are on the track for the 8th race, the 28th running of the Cyclone. A field of 5 heading postward in this race. We're 4 minutes away from post time. 1 1/16 is the distance of today's feature race. Scratch number 3, Kind Soul. There is no show wagering on this race. That white cap there, that's the big favorite. That's the 1 to 9 Jack's Time. Jack's Time only 1 start so far in 2026. He won the John Wayne Stakes. Did so just coming from off of the pace, but pulled away through the stretch. His class showed he won for fun, but 1 for 1 hasn't been back to the races since. But boy, some racehorse workouts leading back up to the return of the races. That July 25th work, 47 seconds flat, bet us 20 to work the distance that day. Jack's Time, one of 2 trained by Kelly Von Hemel in this race. The 2-horse last year's champion, 3-year-old Iowa bred colt, tries to go for 2 straight in 2026. That's the 1 horse on the left-hand side of your screen in the red cap there. That is Omero. Omero is 18 to 1. This horse has never been around 2 turns, so he's trying a distance for the first time. He's a 3-year-old. He's also facing Stakes Company, is a 3-year-old trying older horses. We'll see how that plays out. He's 18 to 1 presently. Well, not the longest. He's tied for the longest shot on the board with the outside horse, Baxter. Omero, a classic winner at 39 to 1. He scored at a big price last year. We'll see if he's got one more in him this year. He's 18 to 1 with 3 minutes to post. In the green cap there, that's the 5 horse. That's Tee Off Time on the right-hand side of your screen. That's the other Kelly Von Himmel trainee. Walter De La Cruz has the mount on Tee Off Time. Tee Off Time finished 3rd last time out behind the 4 horse Special Sorta Storm. Tee Off Time presently 13-1. And on the bottom of your screen, that is the 4. That's Special Sorta Storm. The second choice presently, Special Sorta Storm. There she is now in the middle of your screen. Yellow cap, Logan Ashford trains. Alfredo Triana has the call. This horse going for 2 straight wins. 2 straight wins against Allowance Company in both of them. One of them Open Company, one of them Iowa Breds. But the favorite remains, the overwhelming favorite remains, number 2, Jack's Time. 1-9 on the board. The 8th and feature race, the 28th running of the Cyclone Handicap is next. Good luck.
Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. At the gate for the Cyclones. O'Mara to the inside gate. Here's Jack's Time. Special Sorta Storm. Tee Off Time. Just waiting on Baxter. Rider is off. Tee Off Time. Climbing back aboard. Baxter coming forward. They're all in line. And they're off, and a good even start. Jack's Time was out fast and goes for the lead. Special Sorta Storm is right there alongside of him. They're followed by Tee Off Time. Baxter's a close-up 4th as they head for the first term, and O'Mara last of the 5 through the opening furlongs. It's Special Sorta Storm, as expected, taking over the lead. Special Sorta Storm is in front, and Baxter is on the chase from the outside. Jack's Time backs off just a bit in 3rd. He's down on the fence, saving ground, and less than 3 off the lead. And Tee Off Time is just outside of him, with O'Mara a close-up trailer through an opening quarter that was solid, 23-2. So they move on to the backstretch, and Alfredo Triana Jr. has Special Sorta Storm leading the tight pack group. It's Special Sorta Storm 3/4 of a length. Baxter is his closest pursuer from the outside. Then a wall of 3 is chasing them. Jack's Time inside, O'Mara between runners, and Tee Off Time outside after an opening half mile that was 47 seconds flat. It's Special Sorta Storm in front to the far turn. Baxter still in the 2nd spot, but he's working harder now. Jack's Jack's Time has room down at the fence if he wants to come on through, and he's doing just that. Jack's Time now into second, and he's called upon now, taken to the outside of Special Sort of Storm, and there he goes. Jack's Time, just like that, has taken the lead as they arrive at the top of the stretch, and Special Sort of Storm is going to try to make him work for it, but he couldn't match strides with Jack's Time, who is kicking clear inside the final furlong. Jack's Time, Glenn Corbett in front now by 3.5 lengths. Special Sort of Storm clearly second best, but it's Jack's Time in the Cyclones. He beat Special Sort of Storm, O'Maro third, and Baxter. Results unofficial, the winner 2, Jack's Time. Second 4, Special Sort of Storm. Third 1, O'Maro. Fourth 6, Baxter. Results are official. Exacta 820, Quinella 780, Trifecta 960, Dime Super $4.38, the double paid $13.20, the pick 3 $70.80. Returning toward the winner's circle, 2, Jack's Time. 4-year-old Bay Colt by Not This Time at a Miss Brooklyn Brawler. He's owned by Brian Hall, Jason Luch, Justin Luch, Jason Klein, and Nick Jensen. Winning trainer is Kelly Von Hiemel. The winning rider, Glenn Corbett. Jack's Time, bred in Iowa by Albaugh Family Stables. Running time 1:42 flat. Ladies and gentlemen, we draw your attention to the winner's circle and the trophy presentation for the Cyclones Handicap, being made by Prairie Meadows Director of Facilities Chip Walters. Congratulations to owners Brian Hall, Jason Luch, Justin Luch, Jason Klein, and Nick Jensen. Trainer Kelly Von Himmel, jockey Glenn Corbett, connections of number 2, Jack's Time, winner of the 2026 Cyclones Handicap. Up next, tonight's 9th and final live race, Scratch 2, Add a Baby. Race 9 offers super high five wagering. There's a carryover of $2,118 in the jackpot pool. 19 minutes to post.
Well, a couple of former champions this weekend win their stakes races. Canojo yesterday. You had Jack's Time. Jack's Time. You know, you got to love a horse seemingly that was a push button. Corbett pushed the button at the quarter pole, and it was essentially over, Kelly.
Yeah, Glenn just rode a perfect race. You know, he sat right in the catbird seat the whole time, and then luckily we have enough horse that he could go on when he asked him.
Was it a little frustrating throughout the year? You know, you got this horse, you want to get him, you know, you got the fan base behind him. Owners want to see him go. It's part of the game, I get it. But a little relief for you today?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've been working hard on him to get him back to this point. We didn't have major problems with him, but enough we couldn't run him till now. Yep. So to get him back to this point and perform like he did, very proud of him.
Obviously, you want to get back to the barn, so he is. Classic Nights, the end of September. Maybe something between?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're going to enjoy tonight very much, and then we'll start looking to see what's the best way for him to get to Classics night.
Congrats, Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, race number 9 coming up next. Congratulations again to the group with Jack's Time. The 9th race, final race of the night coming up next. Good luck in the nightcap. The horses in the paddock for the finale, 10 minutes until post time. The 8-horse She Means Business in the money contest for those of you who played, for those of you on track and members of the Prairie Gold Rewards Club. If this horse finishes in the money, well, the jackpot will be won $900. It will reset next Saturday. The jackpot super high five is $2,473 and growing. Scratch the 2 Atta-Baby. Number 2 Atta-Baby is out. She Means Business. She sure did last time out. She crushed, winning off by 4 lengths. Alfredo Triana Jr. was aboard that day. He's back aboard here today. Final race of the day coming up next, 10 minutes until post time. Good luck.
Horses for the 9th race are coming onto the track. This race at 6 furlongs, scratch 2 Atta-Baby. This race offers super high five wagering. There's a carryover of $2,118 in the jackpot pool. Here's the field for race 9. 1 Bailiwick, Israel Hernandez. 3 A Pretty Lullaby, Ronnie Huckabee. 4 Sister Swede, Elvine Gonzalez. 5 Cupid Sweetie, Alex Berzer. 6 Miss Mingo, Walter Dela Cruz. 7 Maritime Millie, Ken Tohill. And 8 She Means Business, Alfredo Triana Jr. 6 minutes to post. Horses have reached the gate. It's post time. Set to load for the 9th. Bailiwick goes in. Here's Cupid Sweetie. Miss Mingo. A Pretty Lullaby. Sister Swede. Maritime Millie. Waiting on She Means Business. They're all in line. And they're off. Maritime Millie and Sister Sweet are fast. Miss Mingo between them, and She Means Business on the far side. These four all duking it out up front, clear of Cupid Sweetie and Bailiwick. A Pretty Lullaby is last of the 7 as the fillies and mares head up the back stretch. Miss Mingo inside and Maritime Millie outside. They're about a neck apart with a half a mile to run. She Means Business tracking 3rd and 2.5 off the leaders. Sister Sweet is just to her inside. Bailiwick is 5th. She's got 7 lengths to make up. Cupid Sweetie just outside of her. A Pretty Lullaby remains the trailer. They move into the far turn. Maritime Millie goes up to poke her nose in front of Miss Mingo as they go head and head up the back on the far turn. Here comes She Means Business to join the party 3rd. She's 3 wide coming to the top of the stretch, but she's got a big chance, and they turn for home now. She Means Business trying to close in on Maritime Millie and Miss Mingo as they approach the final furlong. Any one of these 3, She Means Business has the momentum, and she's taken a short lead. Miss Mingo back to 2nd, late run from Bailiwick. It is She Means Business to win it. She beat Miss Mingo. Bailiwick 3rd, tighter for 4th, Cupid Sweetie or Maritime Millie. Results unofficial. The winner 8, She Means Business. 2nd, 6, Miss Mingo. 3rd, 1, Bailiwick. 4th, 5, Cupid Sweetie. 5th was number 7, Maritime Millie. Returning toward the winner's circle, 8, She Means Business. 7-year-old dark bay or brown mare by Fed Biz out of Levian. She's owned by Danny Stafford. Winning trainer is Jan Arnett. Winning rider Alfredo Triana Jr. She Means Business was bred in Iowa by Alan Poindexter. Running time 1:11 and 2. Results are official. Exacta $14.20, Quinella $7.80, Trifecta $11.90, the Dime Super $6.91. Double $7.60, Pick 3 $13.25, the Pick 4 $137.35, Super High 5 $67.96. The Pick 5 paid $297.45. Jackpots were not hit in the Pick 5 or Super High 5 today. Pick 5 jackpot up to $24,124. Super High 5 jackpot now $2,832. Those jackpots carry over to tomorrow's card. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up today's live racing program. A reminder, Prairie Meadows remains open into the night for full card simulcasting, sports betting, and casino action. Live racing returns tomorrow. First post is 4 o'clock.